Hi everybody, this is Mark Stirneman with NetLaw. And today I'm going to do a training on how to complete your documents. So after you purchase the NetLaw plan, you're going to receive an email from us and you'll create a username and password and it'll let you right into your plan. This is what the plan looks like. And as you can see, it has 6 tabs at the top. My Vault, Smart Guide, Attorneys, Account, Refer a Friend, and Help. The two major ones that we're going to use are the first two. My Vault, that's where you can store all of your important documents at, and we'll talk about that later. But right now I want to focus more on the Smart Guide tab. This is the tab where you're going to use, and you're going to go in and create all of your documents. We have 3 main categories here: getting started, key people, and legal documents. Right now, it automatically brings you to the getting started process, where we're going to ask you some just basic questions about you, your family, children, anybody that's important to you that's going to play a role in your documents. So really, it's just going to, right now, just basic, simple questions. So, tell us about yourself. This is just like if you were sitting across from an attorney, they're going to gain information about you. This is doing the same exact thing. So it inputs your first and last name, and then it's going to ask for full legal name. And I will use mine. I am a male, and my birthday, I'm just going to make one up here, say 1994. I wish I was that young. And we're going to click next. And then it's going to ask us about where do we live, right? So, and remember, each of our documents are state specific. So depending on what state you live in, those are the documents that are going to pull from attorneys that have already created these documents. I've already pre-populated this as Louisville, Kentucky, which is where I'm from, and just put my address. The next tab that's going to come up is a question about, am I married? Do I have children? Do I have pets? Yes, yes. Let's click yes on this as well so that we can see the pet trust. And we click next. Next, it's going to ask me about my spouse's information. So I've inputted my name and my information. Now I need to put in my spouse's name. And my wife is Donna. Email. And she would kill me if I put in the real birthday, so I am going to use the same one that I use. And is your spouse's address the same as yours? Yes, it is. And we're going to click next. Real basic, simple information that we're gaining right now. And the great thing is, after we do this one time, all of the key people and our spouse and our children will be in the system, so we don't have to input them again. Tell us about your children. Great, let's add some children. First child, her name is Ashley, female, 01/01/2000. Child of current marriage, child of prior relationship, or stepchild. We'll say she is from a previous marriage. I can put in her email address, and that will just send her some information about NetLaw. Maybe she wants to purchase this as well, because everyone needs this. We're going to put no, not right now. And then say we want to add another one. We just simply hit the add button again, and we will add Cassie Weatherholt, female, 01/01/99, child of current marriage. We can put her email address in as well, but we're not going to do that just for sake of time. And let's just say that that's all we have. We have 2 children. If there's more, you just simply add them. And we click next. As you can see, we're just gaining basic information. Tell us about your financial professional. We'll click no on that and move along. Next, it's going to tell us about people who will play a role in our documents. Maybe it's a mom and dad, cousins, family, friends. Anyone who's not our spouse or our children will be key people. And we can add them just as if we were adding the children, right? So let's just say we have Bob Smith. And we can just put friend. And say he lives in Jacksonville. And we can send him an email as well. Okay? And if there's more, you can add more. You can add as many as you want. But for time constraints, we're just going to add one person. Now this completed our getting started process and our key people process up here. As you can tell, the getting started process now changes to my info because we've added all of our information in there. We've added all of our key people, and now it's bringing up the legal documents section. And here's the documents that we have. Our will and our trust, our 3 healthcare documents, our financial power of attorney, and our pet trust. Those are all the documents that are included in our plan. So let's start with will and living trust. And what this is going to be is a video up here that you can watch. It just kind of explains what a will and trust covers and why you need it. You hit the green continue button. And this is going to take us into the processing start of this. This is going to gain all of the information that we're going to want to input into our will and trust. So the first thing in the will that's going to be asked is executor. Your executor is responsible for distributing your individually owned assets and provided in your will and overseeing all aspects of administering your estate, paying final debts and expenses, filing tax returns, etc. You can name one or more individuals. And real easy, all you do is you just click on this drop-down box, and it has everybody that we named from our spouse, children, and our key people. So an executor plays a very important role. Who do you want to be that? Usually it's your spouse. You can choose anyone that you want. The great part is you can choose one person here or multiple, click next, and it's always going to ask you for an alternate person. So someone who will fill the role if the first person that you nominated is unable. Maybe they're in a hospital or they're out of the country. You know, it doesn't matter. But you always want someone that will come in and take the role in case the first person that you named is unable to fulfill their duties. So we can choose one person, multiple people, or none. Let's choose multiple people on this. And remember, you just click the drop-down box. These are the people that you've named before. So we'll name Cassie and Ashley. And hit next. Those 2 ladies will serve as my alternate executor. So Donna will have first ability. If she's unable to perform her role, the other 2 will come in and handle the executorship. Now we're going to talk about trustees. You are always the trustee of your account as long as you're alive. Once you pass away, you'll need to name a successor trustee. And that's what we're naming here. One person, multiple people. Again, I'll just choose one person and I'll make it Donna and click next. It's really just a point and click system that we've made through our Smart Guide. It's asking you the questions that an attorney would ask you, and you're just turning around and answering it. Would you like your adult children or other adult descendants to be allowed to serve as trustees of your living trust? Yes. And we click next. If you didn't want it, you would just click no and hit next as well. Providing for your pets. Remember when it asked me, did I have pets? And I clicked yes. This is why. Do you plan to create a pet trust using your Smart Guide? Yes, I do. Do you want to leave money to get your pet trust for your pets? Yes. And we click next. And what this is doing is just gathering all of the information that we've put in so far and building it. Here's where you would leave a certain amount of money for your pet trust. You know, what's recommended, 25, 30,000. Here you can put in anything that you want, a specific dollar amount. And let's just say you want to leave $5,000. I don't need to put that in, just 5,000. And click next. And now what that says is we're leaving $5,000 to someone that's going to take care of our pets if we pass away. And that'll be down here when we start to fill out the pet trust. We'll fill in all of that information. But what this is doing is just getting it started for the ability to create a pet trust. Specific bequest. This is a section where you're going to say this particular person gets this particular asset. And we can do that very easily. Yes, I want to name some specific bequests. We click next. And this is where we're going to list our assets and who's going to receive them upon our death. We'll click the add button. And then we can pick. We can give it to charity or we can give it to an individual. I'm going to choose individual. And then again, we're just going to click the drop down box. And everyone that I've named, from my spouse to children to key people, is already listed there, just as always. And let's say I want to leave Ashley an item. And I can go in and say, diamond ring. At my death, regardless of whether my spouse is living, or at my death only if my spouse has predeceased me. So I'll click the first one and click OK. And now that item is listed in here. Add another one, you simply just hit add, individual, and let's say I want to leave Bob an item, maybe my 2018 Chevy Impala. And he will receive it at my death regardless of whether my spouse is living. It could be the opposite. Only if both my spouse and myself have passed away. And you would do that for all of it. Property, bank accounts, life insurance policies. Even though you've named a beneficiary in that, it's always good to have it in your specific bequest just so everyone's on the same page. And we click next. And then it'll take us to properties, personal residence. Yes. Do you wish to include a specific bequest of your personal residence? At my death, regardless of whether my spouse is living. At my death, only if my spouse has predeceased me. I'm going to use that one. We'll click add. Individual. And here's something, you could do this. We could give Cassie 50%. So she's going to receive 50% of the property at 100 Main Street in Louisville. The other 50% I can give to my other daughter, Ashley. 50%. And you can divide that up however you want. If there's 5 kids, you could do it at 20%. You know, if there's 3 kids, you could do it at 33%, 33.3%. So however you want to do it. We'll click next. The next page will talk about specific bequest of other property. So if we have other property that we own, we could do it here. I'm going to say I don't have any other property and move on. But if you had other property, you could place it there, give it to the same people or other people. And don't forget, in the specific bequest, it's everything. You know, like I said, the property's taken care of here, but boats, cars, you know, just anything that you have, maybe a bedroom suit or something that's very valuable, jewelry, anything like that, you could put it in here. Your remaining property. How do you want your remaining property to be distributed at your death? All to my spouse, if surviving. If not, to my children in equal shares. All to my children in equal shares, or all to named persons and or charities. I'm going to give it all to my spouse, and if not, then it'll be split up evenly between my children. But the options are there for yourself. Now that's taking care of everything that you didn't put in specific bequest that's still, in your property. Stuff, dishes, stuff like that. You just want everything to go to your family. For children's shares, do you want to admit any children? I do not. Do you want the property going into your children held in a trust? This is great if you have children who are minor children, 18, 19 maybe. Because, as we know, you don't want to pass away, leave your children a large lump sum of money, and it's not protected. Because if they receive, $250,000 at age 18, well, we know what's going to happen. By age 19, 20, that money's probably going to be gone and not spent wisely. If you put something in a child's trust, it protects it. And we'll go ahead and do that right now. We'll click yes. And we'll click next. And I'll show you what a children's trust looks like, because what this does is it takes the amount of money that they have and it breaks it down over time of how they can receive it. So trust for children, instead of giving your children their inheritance outright, especially if they are young, you can include a trust for your children, commonly called an issues trust. This is in the drop down. And this is what it is. They can receive a third of it at age 25, half at 30, and the remainder at 35. Or half at 25 and the remainder at 30. All at 25, all at 21. I'll choose this one. And that way they get it when they're more mature, right? They're out of college. They're starting their own lives, starting their own families. And this is when that money is going to do them the best good. But it's your decision. So you can choose however you want to do it. Ultimate disposition. If all the people you've named as beneficiaries do not outlive you, how should your property be distributed? So what that's saying is, if everyone that you named has passed away before you, where do you want your stuff to go? And you can drop it down here to my heirs-in-laws. That means like I had 2 daughters, it would go to their husbands and their family. To me and my spouse, heirs-in-laws, that means our brothers and sisters-in-laws, or to named individual. I'll just to my heirs-in-laws and click next. And remember, if you have any questions about this or anything as we go through this, you can always call our customer service number and we can answer any questions that you have. Some may be confusing to you, it may be, best practices. You can ask us anything and we can help guide you in the right direction. Life insurance. When it comes to life insurance, we find that most people are paying too much or too little. So do you want to talk to your financial professional? These questions only come up once. I'm going to click no and no here about life insurance. But if you do need to speak to your attorney, or your financial agent about life insurance or anything else that the questions are going to ask you, you can always reach out to them and they can help you. This is the time to think about all of your financial decisions going on. Investment strategies, do we have an investment strategy set up? I'm going to click no again here, just for sake of time. But if it is something that I need to talk to my financial professional about, you can click yes here, and I will make sure that they get in contact with you. So 401k is another one. I'm going to click no on both of these, even though ours is already taken care of. You may need to talk to your financial about investments, life insurance, long-term care. They can help you in all of these assets. And that's why we ask these questions, just to kind of keep it in the forethought of your mind as you're doing your estate planning. Let's make sure that you're prepared for the future as well. And the last one is retirement. I'm going to click no. But retirement is definitely something that we should think about every day. That's the goal in life, is to get to retirement, enjoy life. That's what our financial professionals can help us with. Congratulations, you made it. You just created your will and your revocable living trust. We're going to click Assemble Docs. And as I click that, it's going to process everything that we just went through for the will and trust. And it's going to create two documents, our will and our trust. And it's going to save it into our vault system so that we can see it, we can print it out, get it witnessed and notarized, and you're done. You know, a great stat, as this saves, a great stat is 60% of Americans don't have a will. That's a scary number. 6 in 10 people don't have a will, and you've just created yours. So you can feel good knowing that you're protecting your assets, your family, right? Your friends. And you know, the basic, that's what we want to do as a family, is we want to protect everything that we have. And we want to make sure that everything that we have gets passed down to the next generation. And that's what we're able to do. As you can see, it took us right to the vault system. And here's our document. Our last will and testament instructions. Here's our last will and testament document. Our trust and our certificate of trust and the 2 funding instruction sheets. All of that is saved directly into your vault. So we can click the Smart Guide button again, and we'll create our healthcare documents now. Again, a video comes up that you can play that talks about the importance of having your healthcare documents. A lot of people don't realize that healthcare documents play a role in estate planning, but it really does. As a generation, you know, we're living longer. So, you know, we have, you know, more healthcare needs, right? We're dealing with dementia, Alzheimer's, more hospital visits. And we need to have our healthcare decisions taken care of as well as our financial decisions, mainly because of our family, right? We don't want to be in the hospital and our kids don't know what to do. What did mom and dad want to do as far as their healthcare decisions? This is why it plays such an important role. We'll click continue, and we'll create our 3 healthcare documents, our healthcare surrogate, our HIPAA authorization forms, and our living will, which is our end of life decisions. So we're going to do this the same exact way we did our will and trust. You know, this is our healthcare surrogate. Healthcare surrogate is our power of attorney for healthcare decisions. You know, if we're unable to make our decisions for ourselves, who's going to help make it for us? Who's going to know our wishes? That's your healthcare surrogate. And again, you just click the drop-down box and you choose the best person for the job. You click next. And remember, there's always alternates when you're naming an agent. So again, I chose my wife. You can choose whoever you want, but then I can choose alternates as well. Multiple successors serving together, each serving after the other. So, you know, one after the other, one successor or no successor. So I'll choose these and my daughters and click next. Very easy, point and click. Next is our HIPAA authorization, right? It allows people to read our medical charts, talks to doctors, talk to the insurance companies on our behalf. So important. Again, I'll choose my wife. And of course, we choose the alternates again. I'm going to be repetitive and just name my children. But you can see how simple this is to create. The need to go to an attorney and do all of this, those days are over. You're getting your same exact documents that you would get without going to an attorney. You're getting documents created by an attorney. So it's great. Do I want to include psychotherapy notes, or do I want to not let them have the ability to see those? Of course, I want to. And click next. Now we're going to create our living will. And remember, living will is end of life decisions. So disposition of body upon death. Authorize the giving of all or any body parts upon death for any lawful purpose. Authorize the giving of all or any part of my body upon death, but only if such can be accomplished without cost to my family or estate and without causing undue delay. Or you don't give authorization at all. I'll choose the second one. Very important decisions that if you don't name these, your kids aren't going to know what to do. You know, your family's not going to know what to do. What are your wishes? These are why the healthcare documents are so important. And now it's created your healthcare documents, all three of them. Again, it's processing all of your answers, creating your healthcare documents, and then it will store it into the vault. So it'll take us back to the vault, and now you'll see your will, your trust, and your healthcare documents. All of the instructions are there. Each document has an instruction form that you can print out and read. And if funding, like for your trust, there's a funding page as well that explains how to fund your trust. As it just took us there, and here's all of our documents. So we'll go back to the SmartCAD, and we'll create our financial power of attorney. I like creating this one because it's only 2 pages. Very easy to create a power of attorney document. Again, the video that tells what a power of attorney is and why you need it. And we'll hit continue. When this pops up, it's just going to ask, who do you want to be your financial power of attorney? Kind of like your healthcare surrogate, this is a financial power of attorney will make your financial decisions for you if you're unable to do so for yourself. Again, we'll just click the drop-down box. We'll select who we want to be that person. And of course, there's alternates as well. And that's how easy it is to create your financial power of attorney document. We'll assemble docs, and the same process goes on. Processes your answers, saves it into your vault. It can't be much easier than this, right? It takes literally, if you know who your key people are going to be and the roles that they're going to play, you can create your documents in half hour to 45 minutes. And remember, this plan comes for both spouses, right? The husband gets to complete his documents, the wife gets to complete her documents. Again, here's all of the documents that are saved to the vault. And we can go back and create our pet trust. We click continue. And then it's going to ask us questions about our pets. Enter the details about all the pets you want to be provided in the trust. Right? So what's your pet's name? I'm going to go with Shadow. Dog. German Shepherd. An ID number. Well, I'll just make one up. And we'll click next. If you have multiple pets, of course, you can add them in there. And who will be the trustee? One person, Donna, as the alternate. Remember, you are the trustee of your pet trust as long as you're alive. Once I pass away, I pass that on to Donna. Caregiver. Who will be the caregiver? I'll name Ashley as the caregiver. Once I pass away, the dog can, Shadow will go to Ashley to take care of. And we click next. Is there any alternates? I'm going to say no. And remaining funds. When all of the pets covered by the trust have passed away, there may be funds remaining. Remember, when I first did this, I said $5,000. But if Ashley hasn't went through the $5,000 before Shadow passes away, where do I want the other funds to go to? You click down the bottom. All to my children in equal shares. And you click next. And the pet trust is completed. And again, it'll process all of these answers, and it will put the pet trust into the vault section. Again, very easy to complete. Very simple, very easy to understand, I believe. But again, if you do have any questions, you can contact us at any time. So all of our documents now have been created. And remember, these are just mine. Remember I said that this can be, if you're married, you can have your spouse do this as well. We go back to the Smart Guide. And here, document 4. Right now, I just completed all of my documents. If you click the drop-down box, Donna is my spouse. I click her name. The system's going to update. And now she will do the same exact process, getting started, her key people, and then she'll create her legal documents. We won't do that for time constraint, but you can see how easy it is. As I went through there, it probably took 25, 30 minutes for me to do as I was explaining everything, but you can see how simple it is. So that's the My Vault tab, where all of our documents are stored. Smart Guide. Attorneys. This is a great tab. If there's a question that you need answered legally, remember NetLaw is not a law firm. We are a technology company that was created out of an estate planning law office firm. But if you need to talk to an attorney, we make it very easy for you to do. You just click on the Attorneys tab, and we have an attorney in each state that you can call and ask questions. We would rather you call us first, because most of the questions, 99% of the questions that you'll have, we can answer. And if we can't answer it, we can contact an attorney, usually quicker, and get you the answer right away. But if you can't, if you're in Kentucky, here's some attorneys that we have. If you're in Massachusetts, just for example, I'll just show you that we have some in each state. You click on the Massachusetts state, and then it'll pull up our attorneys in Massachusetts. And it's hiding. Your account tab. This just keeps a track of, your username. If you wanted to change your password to get into your account, you can see your current billing. You could change your profile here, your address, all of that. And of course, we have refer a friend, and the help button is just for us. We have a Q&A over here that you can live chat us. We're open from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. This is a great button to use. They always get back to you right away. And contact information. But I wanted to come back to the Smart Guy now, and let's go back under me. Because let's say you created all of your documents, but a year down the road, something changed, and I had a change. One of my daughters moved out of town, and now I have to go back in and actually move to California. So I need to take her out because she wouldn't probably be able to play the role because she's so far away, being that I'm in Kentucky and she's now in California. So what I could do is I could come into my power of attorney, click continue, and then remember, she's going to play a role as one of my executors. So I'm going to come to alternate, and then I'm going to take her out. Remember, she's here with Cassie. So I can click this. I can check Ashley out and put Bob in. And now Bob will play the role as one of my alternate executive or power of attorneys. And if I needed to add anyone, simple. I just go back up to key people, and I could put Jacob Smith in. And he is a cousin. And he lives in Indianapolis, Indiana. And now he's in there. And he can play a role anywhere in the document. So you can see why it's so important to use the NetLaw plan. It's so easy. You don't have to go to an attorney's office and get your documents redone by an attorney just because I needed to change one of my power of attorney alternate agents. You can do this right from your smart guide. How great is that? The days of needing an attorney to create your estate planning are over. The work has already been done. All you have to do is just go in and log in and keep updating it. That's what it's here for. We've tried to make it as simple as possible to use this. Now that all of our documents are in our vault, all you have to do is print them out and get them witnessed and notarized. That's what makes them legal documents. So let me show you what the last will and testament looks like. You click the download button. And remember, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but if you download your documents, that voids the 30 days. I'm going to go ahead and download it. I'm going to click on it. It's going to change it into a Word document. And this is my last will and testament. Everything that we talked about, when I filled out the specific bequest, who gets my stuff, when do they get it, everything. Here's my executors. State-specific document created by an attorney. All we did is go in and fill in the blanks. This is the same document you would get if you went and saw an attorney. And at the bottom is where we go in and we get our documents witnessed and notarized. It's that easy. So I hope that was very informative. I hope it was easy to understand. Again, please call us if you have any questions. Our customer service number is 888-604-4789. And again, we are open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you for joining me today. Again, this is Mark Stirneman, Vice President of Net Law, and I appreciate your business. We appreciate you as a client, and please let us know if there's anything ever that we can do for you. Thank you and have a great day.